I'm here working on a 2007 Jeep Liberty, and it's got the P0456 evap code, and just a little bit about how to diagnose that. I've already ran the test and found that the leak detection switch is not closing, so it was staying open. I proceeded then with it running to, I don't know if you can see it here, check the vacuum on this line, making sure that the purge solenoid had vacuum, and it did. And I removed the vent tube off the leak detection switch, or integrity module they call it, and I could not feel the vacuum here. So I figured there had to be a leak somewhere, and that's why we're going to use the smoke machine to find it. So I'm going to turn the smoke machine on. And it definitely looks like it's leaking. If it was sealed up, this ball would slowly be dropping to the bottom. So what do we have? Okay, it's actually leaking right at the pump, or the integrity module. Get up in there, you can see it. So the leak's right there. And maybe it's coming out of the gasket underneath. Let me pop this off. There's a rubber gasket underneath these modules. Seal them. Oh, there's the problem right there. You can actually see the terminals all green. There must be a crack in this itself. There's a better picture of it. So there's a 2-wire connector, and that switch has to close, and it looks like it's leaking right there. So I've got my new switch installed, and I've rehooked the smoke machine back up. And now when we turn it on, you can see the ball is already lower than it was and starting to hover lower. And what should happen is this will bottom out all the way at the bottom once the system's completely filled with smoke. And I think it goes to about 1.5 psi. And the less gas you have in the car, the longer this takes, the more fuel, obviously the less space. So the tank's a little bit under 1/4 right now, so it should take a few seconds to fill up. And I would say success. There should no longer be a leak in the system, and we shouldn't see smoke leaking anywhere. Nice and clear up there, and it's holding. So there's one more test I'll show you to show that it actually fixed the problem. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is an evap bay test. As you can see, I've cleared the code for the check engine light, at least is off. Still has some other problems with the vehicle, but we're focused on the check engine light right now. And what I can do on the scanner here is run tests. Now this test won't test for a very small leak, but it'll at least let us know that what we did worked. So I already have the engine running, and I'm going to start the test. what you can see here is the large leak test is in process, and it's true. The purge cycle is running about 11%. And right now our monitor switch is still open. What should happen is that monitor switch should switch to closed, and the system should be able to maintain a vacuum. So like I said, with the tank being quarter, it's a little low for running this test, so it might take a few minutes. Oh, and there it is. See, the monitor switch just went into closed, and our purge solenoid is still cycled. What will happen is the purge system should shut down, and that valve should maintain a closed position. Well, it could take up to 20 minutes for this to continue to run its test, but as you can see, I've achieved a closed position on my switch, which I could not do before. So this pretty much validates that there will not be an evap leak when I get this back to the customer. That's how you diagnose a 456 code. Okay, and here we are after it's been running. You can see the purge cycle is down to 0, and now it's saying test complete. Continue. And now we have large leak tested, completed, true, and it passed, true. Large leak failed is false. So as far as the onboard monitor, the system's no longer testing, but it passed the test. Light should stay off. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.